Hi everyone. Today I'm here to talk to you a little bit more about meal planning and meal prepping. So this is a super important part of your journey. You will not be successful and you're not going to see as good of results if you are not sticking to your meal plan and fueling your body with foods that are going to give you energy and help your metabolism and all that good stuff. So earlier in the week, Katie talked to you guys about the how to calculate how many containers you're going to need, so which plan you're going to be in. She showed you that the plans, remember, decrease, so you're losing a carb every week and you are gaining a protein and a veggie every week. So the veggies is the part I'm worried about the most because I am not a vegetable person. I eat them because I know they're good for me, but if I could choose to have a snack, it would not be veggies. So that being said, I'm not looking forward to the third week when I have like a bajillion green containers to eat, but we're going to get through it together and we can all do it. So I wanted to kind of show you how I put together my meal plan every week. And this is going to get easier for you. You might be feeling lost in the sauce right now, and I did for quite a while when I first started meal planning, but now I almost don't even have to write it down every week because I know what I'm eating for breakfast usually is the same. I know it is in my Shakeology every day, usually the same. So for me, there's not a lot of variation. The thing that varies the most for me is my dinners. And for me, dinner is the varying factor because I eat dinner every night with my husband. So, sorry, I thought I was recording this, but I am. So we always, plan dinner together, and especially if you have kids and you're feeding your kids, you don't have to make 18 different meals for your family. Help them, teach them that we can all eat healthy together, and they might not like every single thing you put out on the table, but they're not going to starve. Your family won't starve. So, it's important that you're sharing these things with your loved ones and with your family. So that way, especially with those of you with kids, so that your kids are seeing you and your spouse or just you like eating healthy and you're setting that good example for them. So like I said, dinner for us is the one meal that not necessarily that I don't control, but because we eat it together, I know that I like to plan things, and my husband loves to cook, so I am super lucky. But he loves to plan the dinners for the week. So I usually have him plan the dinners, and then I build my schedule kind of around dinner. But when I was on my own, I would always start with dinner first because I'm going to cook probably every night, or at least, when I was single and living by myself, it was only a couple nights a week because it would make so much food. But even still, I plan my dinners, and what I usually do is we buy extra meat and veggies for dinner, and then that way I have lunch the next day. So I am kind of eating a lot of the same things throughout the week, but I'm more about convenience, and when it's things that I like to eat, I don't mind eating them twice. So there's that. So I'm going to show you a little bit here how I do my meal planning so that you can kind of see what I do every week. So, like I said, I always start with dinner first, and I kind of have started here already my meal plan for next week. So I shared this document with you all. It is in the Challenger Google Drive folder that I sent you. I will post the link for that drive again here, but I also just reminder that it's in there. You'll need to make a copy of it to make your own. So I've made a copy, and I just have created a meal planning folder in my Google Drive, and every week I just change the day. Well, for now, I'm doing Shift Shop, so I actually made a Shift Shop folder, and then I just did week 1, and I'll do week 2, week 3. But usually up here, I make a folder for the month, and then I would type in the date that the day starts on. So I always start my weeks on Mondays because I just do, and you can always change this, and make it fit for you. But at the top here, I listed how many of each container that I am allotted each day. So that way I know when I'm planning my meals, okay, 4 red things. And you can see what I've done is I write all my protein in red. So that way I know how much I can see quick, 1, 2, 3, 4 red things. I'm good with that. 3 green things. So like Monday, I've got my green smoothie, spinach salad, which I put a 2 here because I'm going to be having 2 servings of greens in a salad. And then I'm having peppers. So yes, I'm going to be going over in greens on Monday, but I am pretty sure it's okay if we go over in greens. You don't want to be subbing out like, oh, I'm going to have a green instead of a purple, because your body still needs the nutritional components and the macros and micros from the fruit. So make sure that you're not just saying, oh, I'm going to eat veggies instead of fruit. But if you go over on veggies, not going to be the end of the world. So usually I don't have a problem with that. The only time I do is when I have a salad like this for lunch, because that's 2 for me and I only need 3 a day. And then what I do, and the reason that I actually do this on the computer, I had started doing it when I first started out, paper and pencil. And if that works for you, do that. I know sometimes it's nice to have a notebook and you can just use that notebook every week. You can write new recipes in it or keep track of everything, as the weeks go. But for me, I like to do it on the computer because, again, I have found that I eat a lot of the same things. And I was just spending so much time like rewriting, okay, Shakeology, purple, blah, 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 every single day of the week. So now what I do, like with my Shakeology, this is what I'm going to have every day next week. I just copy it, and then all I do is I paste it right into my day here. And then that way it's done. So every day I know I'm having Shakeology. Usually on Saturdays I might have it for lunch, for breakfast, depending on, what we're doing that day. But I always make sure to get that in. Second thing, I know that I'm having this every day for breakfast. So again, I will just copy this, and I am making those egg cups that are in the book because they are delicious and I really like them, and they're super easy in the morning. Here's the other thing. So especially this is important for those of you that have done other programs. Here's the meal plan. So this is kind of what I was going through to kind of pick out which meals I wanted this week. Make sure that you're looking, if you're not following, sorry, that's my husband. I'm going to decline. Sorry. Okay. You're going to notice, make sure if you're not following the plan that is laid out in the nutrition guide here. So remember how Katie showed you that he lays out a specific eating plan for you. So if you don't want to do any thinking at all and you want it easy peasy lemon squeezy, all you have to do is, like, if you're plan A, here's your plan every day, and here's your grocery list, okay? Now, if you're not going to follow this plan, this is just a suggestion, so you don't have to follow it. Make sure that you are paying extra close attention to what is on these lists here, because this tells you everything that will fit in your blue container, that's what you can have. That's it. The big thing is the carbs. So especially, again, those of you that have done other programs. In other programs, you're allowed to have like Ezekiel toast, whole wheat tortillas. You're allowed to have quinoa. That's not in this nutrition plan. So I was not thinking about that at first, and then I was reading this more carefully the other day. So make sure that you're reading, and if you're subbing things out or kind of like I'm doing, creating your own plan, you're looking to make sure what's going to fit, does this work for right now? Now, like I said, if you're like, oh my gosh, I love quinoa, or, I love to have toast, usually Ezekiel toast, like in the morning with my breakfast, don't worry. Shift Shop doesn't have it, but most of the other programs do. So once we're done with this 3 weeks and you kind of are going into a different program, you'll be able to have that. So you don't get a lot still, but you'll be able to have one piece. So anyway, so that's kind of how I do my meal planning. And then, like I said, like you can see here, I'm having dinner fajitas chicken. So I copied it and I'll have that for lunch the next day also, because I won't eat this whole thing. Will be like 2 servings. The other thing that I wanted to share with you is about meal prepping. So this is super important. When we come home from the grocery store, the very first thing that I do as I'm unloading groceries, I am putting all of our fruits and vegetables. We put 2 big bowls of water in the sink. Sometimes I use a little bit of like vegetable cleaner, but sometimes we just do water in the sink. And I dump all of our fruits and vegetables in there so they're kind of soaking while we're unloading the rest of the stuff. And we rinse everything off, wash everything, set it aside. I get the cutting board out and I cut up everything. So I cut up, if we're having, like that first night we're having peppers with our fajitas, I will slice up all the peppers so they're ready to go for fajitas. I will cut up all of our broccoli. I will cut up asparagus. You know, anything that we're eating that week gets cut up and put into a container. Especially like my fruit. How many of you have ever bought like a watermelon or a cantaloupe and you're like, yeah, I'm totally gonna eat this week. And then you like stare at it in the fridge and you're like, I really don't feel like cutting them up, so I'm gonna have chips instead, right? We've all been there. So don't do that. Don't let yourself fall into that trap. Cut it up beforehand. It's taken some time, but now I think we have it down to like 40 minutes unloading groceries and chopping everything up and cutting it. And it's mostly me that does that. My husband does not really help with that. He usually sits on the couch and watches TV while I'm doing that. So it doesn't take a lot of time, and it saves me so much time during the week. There's nothing more frustrating to me than when I come home from work and I have to sit and like cut up the whole head of broccoli so we can have dinner. That annoys me. So I, avoid that annoyance by getting it all done on Sunday when I'm like in the zone kind of going, and then it's done. So all my fruits, all my vegetables get cut up. Fruit that I'm having, so I've been on a watermelon kick lately, so I've been cutting up my watermelon, using my purple container to portion out like 6 portions for each day of the week of watermelon. So that way it's ready. It's already portioned. I don't have to get my container out. It's done. I do the same thing if I'm having like hummus and veggies for a snack. I will use my green container. I will portion out whatever it is, broccoli, peppers, carrots, whatever it is, into little smaller containers so that it's, again, ready to go. So when I'm packing my lunch, when I go back to work in a couple weeks, I have to pack lunch again every day. It doesn't take me 30 minutes in the morning to pack my lunch. All I do is grab my stuff and I'm done. There's my husband again. Okay. So I've been on here long enough, but please, 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 if you guys have questions or you need other tips, or if you have your own tips and tricks that work really well for you, post those below, because we can all learn from each other. We all have different things that work for us. And sometimes when you're just starting out, it's kind of hard to decide where to start. So meal planning, get your plan done. It doesn't matter if you write it out. It doesn't matter if you do it on the computer, however you want to do it. And then prep. Make sure your food is ready to go for the week so you're not letting the watermelon sit in your refrigerator all week and having chips instead. Okay? So be prepared. I am super excited. Let's post our meal plans this week. So as you are completing your meal plan this week, it might not be today, but definitely before Sunday, get your meal plan posted so we start day 1 Monday. You guys are ready to go. I will talk with you all soon. And again, if you guys have questions about this, please reach out to myself or Katie. We would be more than happy to talk a little bit more with you. See you all soon. Bye.